their wits end. Wait till you hear some of the audio sound bites from the Hillary team here. I'm not kidding you. Wait till you hear this. They are still claiming that the election was fraudulent, that the polling was right, and therefore Hillary should be president. And I'm not making this up. We got Robbie Mook, the campaign manager, and a spokesman for Hillary, who are still saying the polls, the pre-election polls and the exit polls, that's where the truth of this election was. And the votes didn't match up with the pre-election polls and the exit polls, and that means the Russians stole the election for Trump, and they're dead serious. Now, what does all this mean? Well, I'm just going to tell you. What it really all means is that you should prepare yourself for the fact that they're not going to stop until they destroy Donald Trump. Either by way of impeachment, they don't have the votes for that. They don't have anywhere near the votes. They can't, the way impeachment works, you need 2/3, and it has to happen in the House of Representatives, charges, and then in the Senate, and then the House conducts the trial and the vote, and they don't have anywhere near the votes unless they get a bunch of recalcitrant Republicans to go along with them. Which reminds me of the health care. That's another thing. The left is in sheer panic over health care. Oh, one other thing. I need to go back to this business. Well, I'll get back to it. The cabinet picks supposedly saying during their confirmation hearings things totally at variance with what Trump promised during the campaign. Ben Carson's a classic example. They're up there asking Ben Carson, are you gonna protect the HUD budget? You better damn well protect the HUD budget. You know how important the HUD budget. Are you going to protect it? What's Carson going to say? No, Senator. You know what I intend? And I intend to wipe out this agency. I'm secretly here to blow HUD up. If that's the case, do you think he would tell them that? We have an entirely different audience. Trump campaigns to the voters. He says what he says. He believed it. They elected him. Okay, here come his nominees. Who's the audience? A bunch of establishment politicians that hate Donald Trump. Both parties. And so these nominees are up there. So, Dr. Carson, are you prepared to protect the HUD budget? And Carson says, not only am I prepared to protect it, I may even find a way to expand it. Good answer. Good answer. We'll vote for you. That's all this is. Same thing with Tillerson. It's the same thing with Mattis. But they're trying to say that Trump has been betrayed by his own stupidity. What they're trying to say is that Trump's actual cabinet nominees are exposing Trump for the fraud that he is. It's stupid. It is laughably stupid what they're glomming onto. They are so desperate for evidence that Trump is dumb. They're so desperate for evidence that Trump is stupid. They're so desperate for evidence that all of this has been a quirk of fate and an accident rooted in Trump's stupidity. They haven't got the slightest idea that the guy is running rings around them in terms of strategy, tactics, and intelligence. It's amazing, the hubris and the arrogance of these people. They've got their desires, their preconceived wishes and notions. They have their narratives. Trump is an idiot. Trump's a liar. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. And so here come his nominees singing different tunes from what Trump did. And to these guys in the Beltway, to the media, this is evidence. This is evidence that not even Trump's nominees like him. It's incredible. Mattis and Tillerson, they're telling everybody what an idiot Trump is and how dangerous Trump. You really think that's what's happening here, you media people? If you need to get the votes of, for all intents and purposes, communist leftists on some of these committees, I mean, what are you going to do? This is a yes or 3 bags full circumstance. I can't be the only one who knows it.